In today's gaming news roundup, Microsoft will keep Call of Duty on Sony platforms as long as there's a PlayStation out there to ship to. Ben Stiller is Kratos in God of War Ragnarok ad with John Travolta and LeBron James. EU to launch advanced Microsoft Activision probe. PS5 has shipped 25 million units as of September 2022, but PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Network are bleeding users. Let's jump right in. Xbox boss Phil Spencer has made Microsoft's plainest promise yet around the future of Call of Duty on PlayStation platforms. Speaking to the Same Brain YouTube channel, Spencer pledged to keep releasing Call of Duty games on Sony's consoles as long as there's a PlayStation out there to ship to. The future of Call of Duty on PlayStation has become a contentious topic for regulators such as the UK's Competition and Markets Authority, CMA, which is currently scrutinizing Microsoft's planned $68 billion takeover of COD publisher Activision Blizzard. Microsoft has repeatedly said it will keep releasing Call of Duty games for the foreseeable future, and previously promised Call of Duty would remain on PlayStation at least several more years beyond Sony's existing deal with Activision Blizzard. Still, regulators have questioned how long this will actually last, if and when Activision Blizzard is owned by Microsoft. We'll see how this potential issue transpires as time goes on. Sony has spent big on God of War Ragnarok's latest commercial, which sees Ben Stiller dressed as Kratos for a group therapy session with John Travolta and LeBron James. The commercial is trying to play into the complicated relationship between the aforementioned Spartan and his son Atreus. The ad was cooked up by PlayStation's global marketing team, and represents one of the ways the company hopes to reach new audiences. To launch the latest installment, we wanted to take an innovative approach that combined both traditional and non-traditional routes, bigwig Eric Lempel said. I challenged our team to come up with new strategies to take this title to the market. The ad features Stiller and his son Quinn, Travolta and his daughter Ella, and James and his son Brony, none of whom appear to understand why they're there. I can relate to Kratos in a lot of ways, especially in this father-son narrative, the LA Lakers star said. You try to be confident and strong and make it seem like you have it all figured out, but in reality, you're just doing your best and learning as you go. With Brony being my oldest, he's taught me so much about fatherhood and about myself. It was great to have a little fun with that dynamic here. Did you enjoy the ad or do you think it didn't fit whatsoever? Sound off in the comments below. The European Commission is set to launch an in-depth investigation into Microsoft's record $69 billion splash on games developer Activision Blizzard after the US tech giant opted not to file remedies to the EU's antitrust enforcers, people familiar with the matter told Politico. Microsoft had a deadline of midnight tonight to submit commitments placating the concerns of the EU's competition department, but the company chose not to do so, according to two individuals close to the matter who spoke to Politico on condition of anonymity due to the confidential nature of the case. The European Commission has a deadline of November 8 to formally announce its intention to launch a so-called Phase 2 investigation into the deal. In documents previously obtained by Politico, the European Commission had been quizzing Microsoft's rivals about the company's activity in cloud gaming and services, as well as the risk that the firm could foreclose access to Activision's hugely popular game Call of Duty. A Microsoft spokesperson said that the company is continuing to work with the European Commission on next steps and to address any valid marketplace concerns, and that it would make Call of Duty available on the same day on both Xbox and PlayStation. The European Commission didn't respond to Politico's request for comment. In mid-September, the UK's competition watchdog deepened its investigation into Microsoft's swoop for Activision Blizzard, after the firms failed to address issues over the tie-up. The deal is also being reviewed in the US, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and South Korea. Brazil cleared the deal unconditionally, following earlier Saudi Arabian approval. Today Sony announced its financial results for the second quarter of the fiscal year 2022, related to the period between July 1 and September 30, 2022, including an update on PS5 and PS4 shipments. 3.3 million PS5 units were purchased by retailers worldwide during the latest quarter, which means that as of September 30, 2022, the console has shipped 25 million units in its lifetime. As of the previous quarter, Sony has stopped reporting PS4 unit sales, which means that those remain officially locked at the 117 million figure disclosed in May. We learned that sales for the quarter significantly increased, up 12% year-on-year, mostly due to the impact of foreign exchange rates partly offset by declining sales of third-party games. Operating income significantly decreased, down 49% year-on-year due to the increase in costs for software development, the recording of the expenses associated with the acquisitions of studios including Bungie, and the declining sales of third-party games. This was only partly offset by the decrease in losses for the sale of PS5 hardware, due to production cost-cutting and possibly the recent PS5 price hike. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like on your way out. See you tomorrow for more gaming news.